Well, good morning, pilgrims, on day 5. Is it 5 already?
Yeah, it's day 5.
My God, this trip is going by so fast. So fast, I can't believe it. For you, it's probably going slow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You've been having a little tough time on this Camino. We left Pamplona at 7:30 this morning. We actually took a bus after having breakfast. Another one of those breakfasts that Giancarlo kind of like skimmed over. So we took the bus and to see Cizur Menor, just to skip about 5 kilometers of today's stage, just walking 5 kilometers of walking through the suburbs next to the road and then through this little town. And up ahead, we can see already El Alto del Perdon, which will be the highest point on today's stage. We're just gonna start fresh here in the countryside. And yes, we took the bus. There's an option. There's a few towns along the way where you can take the bus just to skip the suburbs. And it's better to skip ahead a little bit. Just 5 kilometers is nothing. It's better to do that and let your feet rest. How are your ankles doing?
Better?
Better than yesterday?
Yeah.
That's good. It's better to do this than to injure yourself, and that's the end of your Camino. What else? What else? Let's see. Oh, you were asking me yesterday about crazy things that have happened on the Camino.
Yeah.
I told you a couple of stories already. Oh, here's another one. In 2023, I was here in Pamplona with a group that I was hosting, and there was a soccer match between Pamplona and Madrid, and the streets were full to the brim. We were like kind of like pushing each other just to get through the crowd. It took about an hour just to go from the plaza to the cathedral. And one of the members of the group was started to get the flu in the days that passed. And by the time she made it to Burgos, she flew home, and we were all sick. And later on, we found out that she had COVID. So she caught COVID in Pamplona, and we walked the Camino, I think until like the halfway point in Salgun, where I think the fever broke, and we were past it. But it was just one of those where we was like, what do you call it, like a super spreader event. All right, enough talking. Let's head out into the countryside and enjoy today's stage. Let's do this.
It's currently mostly sunny and 16 degrees Celsius, 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's forecast is sunny with a high of 32 degrees Celsius, 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, you're right. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Bonjour.
It's doing good. You know, this is a pretty cool spot because it wasn't here last year, and this section has very little shade. So I'm glad that they're building rest stops with shade along the way. How you feeling?
Good.
You feel much better?
Yeah, I feel fresh today.
You feel fresh?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mentioned to you that the first few days over the mountains is the hardest part of the entire Camino. And now you're getting used to the walking, and I see that you're up ahead on your own. How come?
Well, I feel like better when I'm up alone because I don't have to worry about you being next to me and talking to me, and I can just be walking alone and thinking.
Lost in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this Camino is gonna do you good. All right. All right, guys, it is 10:30 in the morning. We made it to the first major town along the way, Sarikieki, the only one with support. We went to the Church of San Andres for our stamp. We spent quite a few minutes in there just visiting the church. And then we headed out to the bar to get some refreshments for the way. And I saw that they had omelets, so Giancarlo enjoyed an omelet sitting in his own chair, the chair that I've been carrying along the way for him to take breaks. So it has come in handy. I wasn't sure if I was gonna bring her on the Camino, but as it turns out, it's been great. I also got a pin, a Camino pin, and the idea is, turn around really quickly, Giancarlo, to fill up this backpack back here full of Camino pins. We'll get one every day and add it to the collection, and by the time we make it to Santiago, it's gonna look amazing. And I know because I did this already. We got some supplies for the road. This is the last town with support. We're gonna climb to El Alto del Perdon. There might be a food truck up there. There might not be, who knows. And then in the next town, Sariauki, I think that's what it's called, we'll have lunch. Let's go. I don't fall. I may slip, but I don't fall. Alright guys, 11:30 in the morning, we made it to El Alto de Perdon, the highest point on today's stage. On one end, we have Pamplona way out there in the distance with the Pyrenees right behind it, where we started the walk. And on the other side, we have the Navarra plains, we have Uterga, where we will be having lunch, and of course, Puente la Reina. Let's start the descent all the way down, because everything that we gain, we're about to lose it in one go. All right, we've made it down, down and down that steep, rocky section. Oh my God, you have to take care of your ankles there. You don't want to twist an ankle and then the trip is over. Giancarlo is doing amazingly well today, even though he's super quiet. He's taking less breaks than usual, which is great. Today is day 5 for him, but for me, it's actually day 50. 50 days since I started this trip. I started in Lake Constance in Germany, walking the Via Francesca to Pavia. I walked with Herman. What an incredible journey that one, going through Switzerland, going over the Alps. I love the Alps, yes I do. And then in Pavia, I connected with the Via Francigena, took a train. I had to take a train to Pontremoli, where I left off last year due to the rains. And I walked with some pilgrims, actually a lot of pilgrims on the Via Francigena this year. It is a holy year. We have a new pope. And I walked together with them to Lucca, where I met David and Ginger. And then in Siena, Linda joined us. And we walked together all the way to Rome. We had an incredible journey on the Via Francigena. And then we started, of course, 5 days ago in St. Jean-Pied-de-Port. We're doing great. We're going to have lunch in this town, the one that's coming up ahead, Uterga, that one. I've been there many times. All right, let's get there and have some lunch. All right, guys, it is 2:30 in the afternoon, and we have stopped here in Uterga at a bar to have lunch. And our last major break of the day is getting hot. Giancarlo doesn't want to use the fan, so I got both of them right here in my chest. Man, this is luxury in combination with my umbrella. What can I say? I've learned a thing or two over the years. Wait a second, it's this way. Yeah, I know. All right, so we just had lunch. We sat there. I had lomo with a salad. Giancarlo had the usual chicken with fries. It's getting easier to find it for him, the chicken breast. As we get deeper and deeper onto the Camino, that's part of like the menú del peregrino. So I don't have to worry too much about his food. And also, his appetite is starting to open up. This morning he was eating more than usual, and I think as the days go by, even though he doesn't want to admit it, he's starting to feel more hungry. We're 6 kilometers away from Puente la Reina. We're at the tail end of the bubble. We haven't seen that many people anymore, and that's good. We're gonna have the Camino all to ourselves, and I tried to reach out to the Albergue just so that, knowing that I'm at the end, I don't want them to split us up and put us in like 2 different bunk beds. So I reached out and I asked them. I called them, but their phone doesn't work. So I sent them an email, and they replied that yes, not to worry about it. That they're gonna put us both in just one single bunk bed. So he loves to take the top bunk bed. I don't mind it at all. I would rather he takes the bottom one, but since it belongs to us, we can switch. We can just hang out at the bottom, and then when he's ready to go to sleep, he can climb to the top. Man, not a single cloud in the sky. Look at that, just blue skies, right, Giancarlo?
Yeah.
It looks pretty, but you know what that means. Just harsh sunlight for the rest of the way. We're not gonna go on the variant to the Iglesia, what's it called? Unate? I go there all the time. But if you go there, if you start in Pamplona and you head to that church, it makes the stage, I think it's around 30 kilometers. So just keep that in mind. If you go there, it's gonna be much, much longer. Is it worth it? Of course it is. Pretty much all the detours on the Camino are worth it. And that's also where the Camino Aragonés comes, and it connects with the Camino Francés in Puente la Reina, but he passes right by that church. I remember seeing it, and I want to do the Camino Aragonés for sure. I almost did it last year in reverse, but since I haven't done it, I'm like, why do it for the first time backwards? So next year in the springtime, there's a good chance that I do the Camino from Arles to Somport, and then do the Aragonés to Puente la Reina, and I will be connecting with the Camino Francés up ahead. Trying to do as many Caminos as I can, do all the ones that are not super, super popular, just to show you guys different Caminos. So it's not all the Camino Francés, of course, but this one is good as well. Of course it is. All right, let's head back out into the countryside. was looking for a geocache in the town of Muruzabal, right next to the church. Could not find it, and I'm not trying too hard. If I look around the area and it's not kind of obvious, I'm just gonna continue moving on because I'm not gonna be digging into the bush, you might say. I saw a bunch of trash back there, so I haven't done this section in a long time because I always take the detour to La Ermita de Santa Maria de Unate. So it's good to walk through here. There's another geocache in Urbano, the next town. This is the town, the last town on today's stage before reaching Puente la Reina. Man, La Meseta is gonna be something else this year. Oof, it's hot. It is hot. And it's like 3 in the afternoon. What can I say? No comments. What's up, Giancarlo? I'm doing it backwards. All right, guys, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. We have made it to Puente la Reina, actually to the opposite side where we're staying, at Albergue Estrella Guia. 20 kilometers. We're feeling it. Giancarlo's feeling it for sure. He always feels it at the end of the stage. And even though we took that bus, yeah, he's still feeling it. Giancarlo, come here, man. Give me a high five. You made it, buddy. How are you? All right, at least now you're gonna take a good shower and rest. Ahí see, I told you to wait. Hola. Hey guys. Come in. All right, guys, day 6 is now over. Have you gotten bigger on the Camino? We checked into the hotel. Giancarlo loved the dog that they have there. What's the dog's name?
Peregrino.
Peregrino, but they call him Grino. I thought about getting a massage, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think I really need it. And after we took our showers and waited for the sun to go down just a little bit and cool down, we headed to this restaurant to have dinner. I remember the restaurant, I've eaten there like 3 times already, including today. We finally found some chicken for Giancarlo with fries and water, of course. I had the Secreto Ibérico with his egg because he got the plato combinado and some fries as well. And I had a sangria. Now, tomorrow we're trying to beat the heat. Today it was so hot. We felt it. We definitely did. It was 91 degrees Fahrenheit or about 33 Celsius, which is brutal. So we're trying to see if we have breakfast at this bakery that opens at 6 in the morning so we can head out. Tomorrow we have a 24-kilometer day. We're not taking any buses. We have to go for it. You have to do it. You're feeling better, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? You think you'll be able to manage it?
I don't know.
We'll see. Tomorrow we're going to Estrella. It's going to be a great walk. A few highlights along the way. And I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow extra early. See ya.
Yeah.